What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another happy hour. I got the drink. I got me a strawberry daiquiri on the rocks live review when we come back. And we're going to talk, of course, the Titans because shit, I remember the Titans, man. I don't know about you, but I fucking remember the Titans. All that when happy hour returns. We have this guy too. Uh, hold on. Hold on. Damn it. I just passed him, didn't I? Hold on. Yeah, we have this guy. He looks like he could use a drink. So when we come back, baby.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.
All right, here we go. This is On the Rocks strawberry daiquiri made with cruising rum. I had the old fashioned
cruising?
Cruising rum.
Yeah.
It's made with cruising rum. I had the martini and the old fashioned. I love the Mai Tais from them. So let's see how the strawberry daiquiri works out. Like I said, man, one of the reasons that I'm been pushing these ready to drinks is because these are tailgate ready, man. All you gotta do is just fucking bring the bottle. You don't have to mix drinks or nothing like that. Just pour and serve, man. Put some on some ice. Here we go.
What do you think? You like that?
Tastes like a strawberry Kool-Aid.
Okay.
Not bad. What's going on? Horace McMahon. Hey, I do a few. Thank you, and I appreciate you. And by the way, Nene was on Insomnia. She talked about her why she joined the army and things like that. So it's an interesting weapon. And if you like gun talk, at the end she talks about her favorite. What's her favorite weapon of choice when she was in the military. So I'll check that out tonight on the Finn's Tailgate. It comes out at 3 a.m. So Raphael Courtright, what's going on? And he was also talking about so Richie, over there at on Insomnia, what I'm doing a military special. I did pick'ems with Raphael Courtright. He talked about the Marines. I'm gonna do one with Big Nick. He's gonna talk about the Navy, and I'm doing one with a guy named Bryson. He's gonna talk about the Air Force, and we're talking about the military experiences. And at the end of the day, I give a lot of credit to the military. Casa Nostra, dropping dimes. So, and so yeah, we were talking backstage about if Mike McDaniel was to get fired. We were talking about how I think that Anthony Weaver should be the plan B. What do you think?
I haven't really seen enough of him to give an opinion, but I mean, with so far so good with the defense. He came in and got things right there. I mean, after we lost some pieces, and it looked rough against Jacksonville, against the run and stuff. But other than that, man. So it seems like he has a hold on his guys over there. Maybe that could be something he could obtain.
Yeah, and
seems
look,
like a guy that'll put his foot down.
If you think about it too, if you look at the last 3 games, right? you look at all three units, the defense was the least penalized.
Absolutely.
No, how many offsides did we get? Did you see? How many pass interference did you see? You're gonna see pass interference no matter who the coach is, because that happens. But for pre-snap penalties, you didn't really see too many defense on the money. I mean, on the defense.
Out of the 32 we had, I think about 29 of them were on offense. You know, but yeah, they like I say, it seems like he has them guys prepared. And on short notice, you know, he just picked them up this offseason. So, you know, he's had the guys. It's not like he's had them for years and got them already in step. He got them in step pretty quick. So that's a plus.
And I'm listen, I hate to do this to you, Lucci, but I'm gonna need you to I don't need a babysitter or nothing like that, but I'm gonna need you to help me F word watch. So, you know, make sure. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna keep it down though. I'm gonna try to keep it down, but you know, I'm drinking liquor now, so I'm
I'll try to hit the beat button every time I know this is an easy subject, though. You know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, just like sometimes I'll slip like, hey, reel it back. I'm like, okay, yeah, my bad.
Gotcha. No problem.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Gruden's out there. I'd take Gruden.
Nah, not really. Shit,
no.
If you think, hey, listen, if you think Mike McDaniels makes difficult simple, difficult, shoot, what about Gruden?
I don't know. Gruden's at least see, he's a hard-nosed guy, but he's got a sense of humor too, you know.
Yeah.
But I think he's more serious. I don't know. He's just been in the game longer. That's what I'm looking for. I want somebody, you know, who's been around the block a little bit. Not somebody mad old like Bill Belichick old.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Bill Belichick is a bad example because he's probably the only guy that old still coaching. But yeah.
But another coach that I would love to have here, Mike Vrabel.
Vrabel, see, now he's got some experience. He's been doing it for some years now. So if it's going to be a new guy, I'd rather a new guy like that. At least he's got a few years. You know, he's got his feet wet already. I don't really want a guy that's never did it and have to go through that again. You know, I feel like we missed that ship when we passed on Dan Campbell. And I was.
By the way, Casa Nostra, my next drink will be a margarita just for you. And by the way,
Casa Nostra, I got the tequila. I just don't do the
hey, but by the way, also,
the Grand Marnier, the sweet stuff doesn't do good with my stomach.
If you're watching the replay, listen, if you guys have a suggestion, I'm gonna put this in the community. If you have a suggestion for an RTD, a ready to drink that you want me to try, please put it in the comment section and I'll copy it. But yeah, I will have a margarita next. As a matter of fact, I might have a couple of margaritas here from here and now, but because they got a lot of brands for margaritas. But yeah, I'll have a margarita.
Okay, Shake, I can't confirm nor deny whether Michael K is speaking facts here. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's his own personal opinion. Mm-hmm. And he said Vrabel said he'd rather work in the fast food industry than coach the Dolphins. But, you know,
man, listen, what we need to work him. We need to make him go in the sanitation because we have the trash called Buffalo Bills. We need him to take out the trash.
Yeah, it's a little bit of I'd say Vrabel. I don't know if the Tennessee Titans, they're on the downward spiral.
Yeah.
I think that ship has sailed. They had a window where they had talent and they could have got the job done, but that ship has sailed. I feel like this guy who puts mayonnaise in his coffee, he ain't gonna be a quarterback of the future over there. You know. I know they got Calvin Ridley over there. You know, I don't think that's going to be that much of a difference.
Nope.
D-Hop, he's at the end of his career. I don't know what their run game's looking like, but they're not looking like. I think that's pretty much over with. You know, so maybe he'll be available. I don't know. And I don't know what it'll take for them to get rid of McDaniel. They just give him the extension, so obviously they're giving him a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, they gave Philman an extension, and they fired him 3 weeks into the season.
This is true. Philbin never did the stuff that McDaniels has accomplished, though. Not even close.
Yeah,
you know
he's never made the playoff. He's never
he did.
He's never had a top 10 offense.
Nah, he didn't have nothing. And I feel like Adam Gase, they got rid of him, rightfully so. But at least with him, we made the playoffs, right?
Yeah. Hey, do you ever see? I don't know. I'm sure you've seen this on Facebook. I'm sure you've seen this on Facebook. There's a picture. There's a guy on Facebook. I see this like a million times of this bald white dude that was stripping balls, look just like Joe Philman.
I don't know. Rick Scott, no governor of Florida. He looks just like him.
Yeah, he does.
They look. I don't even want to say what both of them look like because this is Larry's show and we're keeping it PG over here. Yeah, 72. I feel like our ship sailed too, bro. Unless our only shot is if Huntley comes in and he plays lights out, and then they decide to just let Tua ride it out on the sidelines, and use, because they're not gonna, after the money they just gave Tua. Bro, I feel like if he's ready to go, they're not going to just put him on the sideline. I mean, so it's kind of, we're in a tough spot. Tua, maybe he'll get it. I just don't see, I never believed really in, after like year 2, I kind of felt like, his rookie season, I felt like, okay, this guy might be able to get the job done. But then I said, he's a habitual offender with failing when it comes, time to play in the clutch year after year, and then is injury prone. I don't know, man. I don't think he could get it done. Yeah, I feel that too, 72. But shoot, there's been quarterbacks that slip through the cracks every now and then. I feel like that's why Baltimore kept him around, was because obviously there's not a quarterback competition over there with Lamar Jackson. But look at them. What's his name in Seattle? Geno
Smith. Hell,
Geno Smith. How long? This guy's been in the league 20 years already.
Yeah.
Nobody had him. He was on practice squads. It happens. It's a rarity, but it happens. Sam Darnold's another good example right now.
That tells you right there.
That's just I didn't use Sam Darnold shake because he's looking good. This is 3 games in. Geno Smith is now for a couple of years, over there in Seattle. Looks like he's reinvented his career.
Of course.
Boyle is crazy. I don't know who would say Boyle, but I mean,
yeah,
it could happen, but I don't.
But you know what the smartest thing Geno did? I'm going to tell you what the smartest thing he did. The smartest thing he did is he didn't take top quarterback money. He knew he needed help. So he got a raise, but it wasn't enough where they could handicap the team. He took I think he got fair compensation for him and for the team. He didn't want this $50-60 million deal. He just got himself enough change so he could live comfortable and the team could build around him.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's what humble guys do. Guys that want to win and guys that, appreciate an opportunity, that's what they'll do. They don't hold the team hostage. It's just my opinion. You're not going to hold the team hostage just so you can make all the money in the world. But again, I think it was maybe Michael Irvin, one of them receivers from back in the day in the 90s, said there's 2 types of players in the league. There's players that are just want to win championships, that love the game, love the sport, don't care about the money, they care about winning. And then there's players that care more about the money than winning.
Mm-hmm.
And so trying to find a balance of that in your team, especially with key positions, that's the problem, because getting everybody on the same page where, some people just care about the money and some people just want to win and don't, it's tough to find a happy medium.
So yeah, I agree with you 100% on that, man. But moving on to the Titans. Look, the Titans are 0-3. They're not going to want to start 0-4. So I think it's going to be a hard fought game. Not to mention, look, you know me, I'm a Kane hater. Okay, but let's I'm looking at the bigger picture. Let's no win for Wards.
Yeah.
No, I'm
72.
not going to be at this game undefeated. I'm going to be at the Arizona game.
Do I think Tua is all about the money? Cosa Nostra? Yeah, I think he's all about the money. Because there was a holdout. They didn't just pay him right away.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so, because look what's happened. When it comes time to play for something that everything matters, he plays terrible. I mean, otherwise, if that wasn't the case, we'd already had a little bit of a playoff run. It happened. It happened with Flores, where we just had to beat Tennessee. We'd have got in. We went on a hell of a run that year. If we'd have beat them, we'd have went in. Tua looked terrible. Flores, whatever happened, he left. Flores was the problem. That was okay. Then we get McDaniel. McDaniel comes in. He pumps up Tua. We bring in Tyreek. Tua has a good season. Okay, we get down to the end. What happens? We shit the bed. Tua's play is mediocre at best. Nothing like it looks like in September. Okay. We get down. We're 5. He got injured. He missed that season, but I'm talking last season. He comes in, and we're on fire in September, drop 70 on Denver. All this happens, and then we get into the latter part of the season when we got 6 games left and a 5-game lead in the division. And I say it over and over. I don't know why I have to repeat it, what people don't see. And then what did we look like? And then the first 2 games of this season, what did we look like? With Tua at the helm. Before he got hurt, he threw 3 picks. And against Jacksonville, he had 1 nice throw, but he blew a bunch of other ones. I mean, he just didn't deserve the money, in my opinion. Humbly would have been like, okay, I'm going to come show you this season. This is the 5th-year option, and then you pay me. I remember that's what happened to Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco wanted money. He wanted money, and whatever the owner's name is over there said, we're not giving you the money. Win us the Super Bowl.
Lamar Jackson wanted the money, too.
He said, win us the Super Bowl. Yeah, but Lamar Jackson's a big difference than Joe Flacco. Flacco looked like a game manager at first, and he had a great defense. All he had to do was not blow it. But when they said, go out there and show us something, and we'll pay you the money. If Flacco won a Super Bowl and went in there, there's the story behind it, and slammed the thing and said, there's the Super Bowl. Where's my money? They paid him. And he had to make some throws. It wasn't all defense. Anybody who says it was, you didn't watch it. They were up there mile high and had that miracle play, closing seconds. They needed a miracle. They let Jacoby Jones get over the top somehow. And Flacco had to throw the perfect throw because this is a one-time. We don't get this, we're done. And he made the perfect throw. Sometimes that's all you need is 1 or 2. Eli did it. Both times they won a Super Bowl, So, I mean, it's like that's just my opinion. Tua is not. He could have waited for the 5th year, and that's true too. Flacco did have a rocket, but you never know that. The first few years, Flacco looked lost. He was coming out of Delaware. Nobody knew who he was. He didn't really look that great. He'd have 150 yards, 100 yards. The defense carried him, but later in that, he did have a lot to do with them winning. But yeah, Tua wanted the money because Tua knew I could get hurt. This is my opportunity. And look, when he got hurt again, right, boom, he got his money. He got hurt. Where's he at? Disney World. Go hang out at Disney World. Yo, this is work time. It's not Disney World time. I'm sorry. I just don't agree with that. And you ain't working because you're hurt. It's like a spit in the face. And then on the sidelines, he got his big chain on this weekend. Come on, man. He should have just stayed home. It's not humble.
What's crazy is look.
He wins. He talks all this. I keep receipts. Yeah, I keep receipts. He loses, and he's we got to do better. He doesn't. He's not a humble guy, man. He got a lot of y'all tricked. He doesn't have me tricked though. He got his money like he was supposed to, but we screwed up paying him.
Yeah. Right now, the Dolphins, we so far we've only scored 33 points, and that I think we're dead last in the NFL. Yeah, we're dead last in the NFL and putting up points.
Dead last.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, this guy says that, the way they treated Tua in the beginning and won't fix the online, he wouldn't take it. Okay, I understand that. I can appreciate that. But listen, they fired everybody he had a problem with. They got rid of him. They took Tua. I don't know what you're talking about. The people that paid Tua sided with Tua. And everybody that had a beef with Tua, they got rid of him. And then brought in people to pander to Tua and his very limited quarterback abilities, and built a whole game plan and everything around that. So I don't know what you're talking about. There was a beef with Tua, the way who treated him. They got rid of that guy. So that should let him know, we got your back, Tua. We bet everything on you. This is you. Let's see what you're going to do. And he didn't. They held up their end. They got rid of the beef. Much to the team's dismay, if you look at what's happening now. But yeah. So I feel like, if anything, he should have reciprocated that love, because they showed Tua love. They took his back. Mm-hmm. Nobody wanted to draft him except for, what's his name? And he rolled with it, and the other people disagreed, and there was a rift, and they got rid of the people that disagreed. And look what's happening now. I mean, you're seeing, But anyways, Tennessee. What do you think? You think that's an easy game, Shake? No matter who's the quarterback? Since we got the beef from last year.
What's good, Tony? No, I don't think it's gonna be an easy game, and at the end of the day, their backs are against the wall too. You know what I mean? This guy, he's a rookie head coach. He's from the same. He was with the Bengals for the last 5 years as their offensive coordinator. So, and what's funny is the Bengals last couple of years they have a start off slow. You know what I mean? So,
Lou, what's up, Lou?
So, hey Lou, I put the link in the group chat. If you want to join, you can if you have time. But yeah, man.
I don't know. I feel like it's not so much of the revenge game like everybody, like the NFL planned it, and they put it back on Monday Night Football. Because who's whatever quarterback starting doesn't have a beef with them. Boyle wasn't here when that happened. Huntley wasn't here when that happened. His only beef might be that he's a Miami kid, so maybe he just took it personal, that happened, down in his hometown. But nobody else. The receivers, they can't do nothing if we can't get them the ball. Chan, I mean, he was on the team, but I'm pretty sure he didn't play that game. The defense, if there was anybody who would have wanted revenge, it'd be Christian Wilkins. He was that kind of guy. He ain't here no more. AVG ain't here. Ramsey's playing, I really don't have a beef with Ramsey.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's kind of dejected, man. So people, it's showing on their face, when they play a little bit. Nobody's really motivated.
No doubt. I mean, again, no discipline either.
Nah, there's not any of that, Greg, what are you eating, bud? Sour gummy worms?
Gotta get ready for my reading here.
What are you talking about, the Monday night game? How do you feel about that?
Listen, I'm already preparing my I'm already starting to prepare my my video for on Monday, basically. If we win, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be drinking the Kool-Aid, smoking some hopium. If we lose, I'm gonna be happy. The more we lose, the more we shoot up that draft rankings, and I'll be happy. But on the inside, I want us to lose this game on the outside. I'm going to be cheering my head off, yelling my head off, probably have a headache by halftime. I'm ready to. I mean, I don't care what happens. I don't care if we win. I don't care if we lose. I'm happy either way, man.
Man, listen, I got this to make me happy.
Exactly. I might have to go buy some too.
If you're talking about smoking opium, you better be smoking it from a gravity bong so you could get a big rip. Because that's yeah, I agree with you, 72. That's what he'd be doing. That's what Mr. Humble would be doing, bro. Not being at Disney World. Sorry. That's just me though.
I mean, dude, our players in Seattle that when we went on the Seattle trip, bro, apparently
listen, to be fair, I seen Tom Brady at Disney too. Well, oh my bad. That was after he won a Super Bowl. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, apparently our players after either before the Seattle game or after the Seattle game, these guys were out at a club. They were drinking, they were dancing, they were having ladies. So I mean, I don't think their head was in the game.
No, but he has a point there. Costanoso, he wasn't at. That's the one misconception everybody says. He was at Disney World. It was Disney on Ice. It's not like he went to Orlando. So
I don't give a damn Disney anywhere, man. They make the millions, and especially he just got the lot of millions. You got 6 months out of the year that you work, and then you're off. You're a little bit of off season, a couple of months for that. That's when it's off time. That's when you go have your fun. People say, well, these people have lives too. They get paid millions to be team oriented strictly within these 6 months.
Mm-hmm. They got 9 months. They got 9 months off season.
If it ain't specifically an off day, then by all means, go do what you do, because there is off days throughout the week. Then you do what you do. When you're missing time away from the team because of an injury, and because an injury that you did, it wasn't a James Harrison hit. It wasn't anything like that. Them hits we used to see where, these guys got obliterated. It's something that he did. He knows he's supposed to slide. He knows judo and taekwondo and everything else. The man already had the first down 3-4 yards before he dove headfirst in the Hamlin. Who, need I remind you, is probably the last guy trying to hit somebody hard, because he don't know if he takes a hit to the chest, if he's going to get up. So it was all to his fault. It wasn't even that. It's just unbelievable, bro. But he's Mr. Humble. Whatever. People can feel. Everybody has their own opinion. I'm not obligated to believe what you say or do what I say, but I'm sorry. If you're missing time from work because you're injured, that don't mean you just go out and do whatever you feel like doing, man. Be doing something else that could get you better. You need to watch 1,000 tapes of how to slide, or you could be doing anything, man, besides going to, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Oh, the season just started. You could have been at Disney on Ice or wherever corny other place you were.
Yeah, think about it. Listen, they got February, March, April to do whatever the hell they want to do.
Yeah, man. These guys.
Go ahead, Greg.
Guys are kind of lucky, right? I'm not gonna lie. They're making millions of dollars. They're playing a sport they love. I mean, I would kill to be these guys right now, going out there, catching the football, passing the ball on the pigskin, hitting people, making millions of dollars. I mean, I would be taking it pretty serious, I would kill. Anyone would kill to be in that position.
I don't know if Flo would tell them they suck. I don't know what he'd do, but
Flo would tell them to their face. I don't think he'll text them.
Man, I Brian Flores.
Maybe if this was his rookie season or something, he don't know no better. Oh, this is your 5th year in the league. Like, come on, man. Always talking about the team and what's best for the team and willing to do whatever. And you just got paid by the team that the other guy said he should have held them hostage because of how they did them and they ain't fixed the line. It's like, damn. I mean, shit, you still got the money. They gave you the money without you proving anything. You didn't prove nothing. So I mean, at least that shows some respect, and you know, shit, you could be anywhere, be with the team. That's just my opinion.
What you would think of that, Luch?
Flores isn't saying sucks the defense he is coaching now. I just, me personally, you know, and I had this with you and with Nene one time and whoever else. My only thing with Flores was a personal opinion on how he handled the aftermath. I never had a problem with him as a head coach. I thought he was a good head coach. And everybody wants to give 3 years. Not everybody here. I'm talking like organizations normally wants to give the 3 years and then get rid of a guy. Sometimes, especially when you deal with an organization like us that's been terrible for so long, it takes a little longer than 3 years to get results and to get really the type of players on the same page like I was explaining earlier. I like Flores as a coach. I mean, he started slow. Our seasons would always be, and then, you know, in the end, we tighten up. He was the opposite of McDaniel as far as McDaniel
We'll start off fast and then just
right.
crash.
Exactly. Flores was the polar opposite of that. But I feel like if he'd have had a little bit more time, you know, he'd have been and shit. I mean, you just look what he's doing. Look what he did with the leading the defense in New England, and then look what he did leading the defense in Minnesota right now. What he's doing, I should say, and he did okay with us. I mean, he had us competing in games when the whole tank for Tua stuff happened. The first 2 or 3 games, we got smoked. The first half would be okay, but after that, he really had us fighting with a bunch of Mac, what's his name? I mean, we have Fitzgerald, Mac, what the hell is the guy's name? I think he plays for the Raiders now. We can't even remember who was receivers at this time, but we were competing. I liked Flores. I just didn't agree with how we handled the after the fact.
Yeah, okay. I agree.
Yeah, you know. Even though they dirtied up his name, that I don't like that either. But the way he said it, like, he came in and aired out everything that happened behind the scenes over here and was like, they offended me and disrespect my integrity for the game. I feel like, bro, if that's how you really are as a man, when it happened, you would have said something then. Like, don't ever try me like that. I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't offend his integrity until they, put him out and said, he's hard to deal with. Well, he may have been. I don't know. He was under the tutelage of Bill Belichick for 15 years?
Mm-hmm.
So
by the way, I agree with Coach Inoshi here. And you know what? Who else didn't win a lot of games without Tua? Mike McDaniels. He only has 1 game under his belt without Tua as the quarterback. I know Brian Flores has at least 5 games, and that was without with Fitzpatrick. He has a few games wins with Fitzpatrick. Right now, McDaniel only has 1 win without Tua.
I mean, it's terrible. But listen though, I'll say this: how many of them games are you counting where Tua was blowing it, and then they put Fitzpatrick in to try to run shit down? I mean, he was trying to walk him in gently, even though a lot of people didn't like it, and I didn't at the time too. I'm like, man, leave the kid in there and let him learn. You got to learn, hard times by going through that. I don't know. That shit sounds good, how many wins with Tua and all this. What happens when Tua plays when it matters?
Yeah.
Pull up your stats and show me those. Show me those wins. And then we could talk about Tua being important in winning. That's all I'm saying.
This is when we play above 500 team, this is Tua.
Oh, I mean, anybody who watches the games watches it. If you got some stats in the latter part of the season, when there's a contingency attached to the game, if we win, this happens. And Tua has fantastic numbers like he does in September and October. You bring them up and show them to me, and I'll say, okay, I didn't realize that. Otherwise, miss me with if Tua, we win more with Tua. Well, when it matters, we don't win with Tua.
It would
Be it because he's injured or be it because he's on the field sucking it up. Either way it goes. With Tua, it doesn't matter. The year before when we had the team that we had with the receivers and this and that, Tua was injured pretty much the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, what are you going to do?
Man, if only this was Alabama and we played cupcake teams and trash teams, we would be mopping the floor. We might have won a Super Bowl right now, but it ain't that. It ain't that way.
Yeah, of course. Because see, the thing about, like I said before, that's why I said college strength of schedule is a college thing, because I've seen pros with a few good draft picks and a few good free agents go from last to first, like that. There's only and I tell you what, every team is about 5 or 6 players away from being a contender.
Bro, look at how this year is so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If you play football pools, I mean, that's really the only way you can watch. But if you play football pools, then you really notice how outrageous it's been to swing on teams. It's every year to year it's different. I agree with you. The strength of schedule in the NFL, man, unless you got a whole team returning that was like really good the year before, and those teams, I mean, even Buffalo lost Stephon Diggs. I thought maybe they might lose a step on offense. Bro, they're running like a well-oiled machine, like nothing changed over there. Michael K, shout out to you. There you go. You like that plug? Kansas City, as usual. I mean, they get a lot of help, granted, But look at the teams that just year in and year out compete. Even if they fold up at the very end, like Buffalo does every single year, Buffalo is going to show up and compete. Kansas City is going to get their hand held the whole way through, but they play good enough to where one super call from the ref will help them win.
We need a dog at quarterback. We need a dog. Someone that can beat Josh Allen.
What's up, I am Bob? How you doing, brother?
I'm sick and tired of losing to that bum.
Yeah. It's a shame that that's what's happening right now. I am Bob. That's, because it's like, damn, now when they're trying to do that, our whole playbook is designed for Tua.
Yep.
So it's like we don't even have a and it's just it's a tough situation, man.
Hey, man, listen, did you hear that what Josh Allen said at the press conference? It's good to play with guys that don't care about stats. And that's reminiscent of the freaking Patriots with Tom Brady. Rob Gronkowski, Julian Edelman, Amendola, none of them cared about their stats or how many or the Pro Bowl rankings or none of that shit. They just
people don't care about the contracts either. That's what I was just saying earlier in the show.
Mm-hmm.
They got Bill Belichick was good at finding guys that don't care about the money. You want to win championships? This is how we do it. Come over here. And sure, the guys like Rob Gronkowski were leaned on a little more.
Mm-hmm. I
mean, Wes Welker unfortunately never won a Super Bowl, but he was in the game plan, leaned on a little bit more. But yeah, you get guys on the same page and you can win like that. Kansas City's got a similar to that. Has Patrick Mahomes ever been the highest paid quarterback in the league?
He was at the time, but now it's not.
I was wondering if he was or wasn't.
When he got paid a few years ago, he was like the highest paying quarterback. Now,
that for like 2 seconds. Then Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I mean, look what's happening over there. But the Cincinnati's another organization like Miami where they'll just. I mean, I just.
But you know what? I'm the only person I'm gonna give a reprieve on this offense is Jalen Waddle. I'll never forget. There's been a couple of times, and the guy's sincere as all hell. I'll never forget the guy when he goes, "Hey, Waddle, how does it feel to get this many yards?" Yeah, we lost, so I don't care.
Boom.
What difference does it make? We lost.
That's what matters,
Mm-hmm.
You win or you lose. Who cares? The individual.
And another thing with Waddle, he didn't get this massive contract. He took the contract that was given to him so he could stay longer and gel with this team.
Did he hold out?
No, he didn't hold out at all.
Holding out.
He signed the first contract that was given to him, bro.
First contract was given to him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just and the kid's been fantastic since he's been with us. Yeah. You don't never hear no BS with him. He ain't a pain in the ass for nobody.
Nope.
He's a good teammate. See,
nope.
That's what humble looks like.
You don't see him freaking tackling IG models or slapping people at boat docks.
I mean, well, maybe that guy was a little fresh. I just don't I don't hold it against him. I don't know. I don't know what happened at that boat dock. I've slapped a few people in my life, and I'm sure.
Yeah, dude, I remember shit.
People that were with them was like, this guy's an animal because they're probably used to dealing with a jerk like that. But
I almost witnessed you slap somebody at the Buffalo tailgate when you said, "Hey, dumbass," when you was throwing garbage. Hey, dumbass.
No. And that was a big guy. You see, that was a big guy. The grill, the charcoal grill, just pushed it over, and it's windy out there. So all the ambers, the burning ambers, all the ash, anybody who grills knows what happens when you got I'm watching Larry, God bless you, a grill full of that you've been grilling for hours in the tailgate because we're about to go in. So there's ashes this deep in the bowl, and he just pushes it over, and we get a shower of ashes. It's like, yo. And then never mind my shoes. I got my special shoes on that I have made, with Brian Cox on there.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, what are you doing, asshole? What the fuck are you take it somewhere else? Pardon me, Larry. You brought up some bad times there. He's getting all defensive. He's like, man, what are you talking about, man? You just showered us all with ashes. I'll never dump that in front of everybody. What are you thinking? People like that, see? Now, if that guy would have got, what the hell are you thinking about? You wouldn't be upset about it, right? You burn people up like that. What the hell what's the matter with you? Sometimes you got to give somebody a reality check.
By the way, Larry, it wasn't me this time.
Yeah. Andy Dalton. I don't know what Carson Wentz is doing. Andy Dalton went in there and got Carolina their first win anyways.
Hey, listen. By the way, everybody talks about Christian Wilkins. I brought this up yesterday. Everybody talks about how Christian Wilkins would make this. Dude, the Raiders' run defense is worse than ours.
The who? The Raiders?
Yeah, their run defense is worse than ours.
It's worse than ours. Which way is it?
They got more. They allow more rushing yards.
A lot more up the middle on the outside
of the middle. Yeah.
Oh man,
we got to see because there's more to it than just the run. We're getting gutted up the middle. Are they getting gutted on the outside? If it is, then that ain't because my guy. And I know he got hurt. He didn't play. I don't think he played last week.
No, he played.
Man,
he ain't that hurt because he freaking leapfrogged. He leapfrogged.
He was at Disney World. What's Disneyland over there?
Oh man. But hey, listen. You know who we got mauled by? Who did a good job in Carolina? The guy I wish we would have kept.
Robert Hunt.
Yeah.
Oh, what did we do? Why would we do that? You see? And even Connor, why not keep these guys, bro?
Both of them.
Our offensive line, listen, I know that, what's his name? Teron Armstead, this guy's always hurt.
Yeah.
Our offensive line played as good as you're going to have an offensive line play that ain't the damn 1990s Cowboys offensive line. I mean, Tua had the time he needed, plenty of reasonable amount of time. The running game was spectacular. I mean, what else could you ask? And they get rid of these guys. I don't know.
This is why I'm so glad I'm going for accounting, so that way I can put my application in to become an accountant for this organization, and then
Not for 100 million.
hopefully I get my hot shot to GM. I mean, I should honestly apply to be a GM. I mean, I got the business knowledge. I've seen all the mistakes that these geeks make up this organization. Greg for GM. How about that? Get that trending on Twitter. Greg for GM. Let's do it. Make it happen. Greg for GM 2025. Let's do it. Put me in charge. I'll win us the Super Bowl, guys. Don't worry.
Michael K had a rebuttal for you, Shake.
Who's that?
Michael K said the Raiders are only averaging 30 more yard rushing allowed a game. Hardly a stat.
I don't know who that is.
Hey, 30 yards is 30 yards, though. I'll say that. Mike, the 30 yards.
At the end of the day, look, even if he is 30 yards,
that's a chunk.
The argument is here's the argument. Everybody's saying that these defenses wouldn't be allowing all these yards if Christian Wilkins was here, but Christian Wilkins is still, he has Max Crosby. So at the end of the day,
but Max Crosby, where is Max Crosby lining up though?
Yeah, I think he's on the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sealer had, and listen, hold up now. You didn't hear Sealer's name called until just this week. Where was Sealer in the first 2 games? He ain't. Let's not do that now. He's hurt. He's missing.
He's got a sack. He's got a sack and an interception. Come on.
He got it all in one game.
And whatchamacallit, Christian Wilkins only has half a sack.
Okay. Listen, again, Christian Wilkins went to a defense where he's got Max Crosby. We got a defense. Yeah. People have been, I see people have been hating, but it's normally people who, what kind of people those are about our defense. Same ones that said, our defense was so injured at the end of last year. Our defense played great, injured or not, all the way, even in Kansas City, freezing to the bone. They held Kansas City down as long as they could.
It was just a BS.
We could agree to this. I think Christian Wilkins is a better Power Ranger than Zach Seiler. There you go.
Yeah, it's just yes, excuse it. It's it's the defense. It's the defense. Any excuse for Tua, that's what they use. And look at the defense this year, performing better than this offense. Tua geeks with their excuses. I'm sick and tired of this fickle. I'm already blocking these.
Michael K, that's just Buffalo talk. Pardon me, Greg. I'm sorry, Greg. I got to straighten out Michael K right there. Now you're just, sometimes you'll say some realistic stuff, but right now you're a little bit out of control. Way out of control.
Which one? Which comment?
He says they held the Chiefs down for the first 4 minutes. That's a line of crap.
Clown take. We were holding them the field goals, Michael K.
I'm telling you. And all we had to do was score. We couldn't.
All we had to do. That's just Michael K making a BS excuse for this BS quarterback.
That's what he always does. And I'll tell you something else. The one we did score, it was Tyreek, the fishing dock, neck slapper, and IG, whatever you said. It was him that came back to catch the ball and made a spectacular play to score. Yeah, you got a little bit of right now. You got a little bit of talking room. I can't argue that.
No.
But one thing I know, and 2 things for sure. When it comes down to the come down, you're going to be looking just like we're looking. You ain't going nowhere with the Buffalo Bills. I mean, that's the story. The story of your life. When you really think about it. If anybody knows what it's like to just get all the way there and then shit the bed, you know better than anybody in this chat or on this panel. Greg ain't even old enough. You probably lived Greg's life 3 times already.
I know we can't.
Your team lose more clutch games than Greg will ever see in his life, Michael K. So if you want to be like that, we could be like that. I like you, but don't be fresh. You don't keep it. You gotta keep it real.
I know we're making excuses. We always go by the excuse of we only control who we play in the schedule. The Bills in the first 3 weeks have played a combined 2-7 teams They're by the records, all three. And then the Ravens, that's 3-9 is their combined of records that they're playing. So are even the Bills for real, Michael K? I mean, are they just pretenders, bro? Then they got Houston.
Typing. Greg, he's typing his ass off right now because normally, he quick to respond. There really ain't no response to what I'm saying, though. I mean, that's just like anybody who wants to argue me that we're losing because Tua ain't here. And lose with him here. Get out of here. You know what I mean?
Man.
And then how long did they score after that? We already scored. We responded to that immediately. You know what I'm saying? So right now that conversation, Mike, is null void because it's not a good argument you have, bud. Go back and watch the game. Anyways, Tennessee.
All right, let me ask you this: what was your favorite game with Tennessee, real quick? Throwback. Let's say throwback.
Yo, I can't even.
Oh, I'll say it. It's when Dan Campbell was in charge and we throttled them.
Yeah, I don't even.
Actually, my favorite Tennessee game was the pick six by Zach Thomas.
I can't even pick one, to be honest. And I'd have to go back to the Houston Oilers days. Is that who used to be Houston Oilers? Is that them? Whoever they used to be before, I'd have to go back then. I mean, it's just
Houston Oilers, yeah.
I mean, it's just the whole thing is just so frustrating. Last year's, that's my game that stands out and will stand out for the rest of my life. Because when we had that lead in the division, this was like the last pie-ass team on our schedule. And it was a home game, Monday night, just perfect weather. Everything was right, and we couldn't get it done. Well, our offense couldn't get it done. Let me say that. And our coaching. Sometimes I don't even like it, but blaming Tua for all these. Mike McDaniel's to blame for a lot. And I've been saying that. And I'm glad that I did this show so I could be on record. You go back to when we were dropping 70 on Denver, and I'm on record talking about Mike McDaniel's a bozo. And everybody says, oh, you're just hating, you don't know. Now everybody look in that comment section and see the people and all these talking heads on ESPN, and everybody's starting to come around. I was saying this about Mike McDaniel way back because I saw the fault, and he doesn't change it up. He can't. He's supposed to be a genius. He doesn't change it up.
I gotta address Michael K. Michael K. I know what the Bills did to the Dolphins, okay? But I'm just saying that's the narrative I'm using right there is the narrative they would have used against us. So I'm just calling it a spade a spade. If we had your schedule and we played a combined record of 2-7, they'll be saying, "Oh, the Dolphins they're frauds, bro. They beat teams that suck. They beat an 0-3 Jaguars team. They beat a 1 whatever Cardinals team." And nonsense. It would have been nonsense on the ESPNs, on the NFL networks. I mean, the Bills are legit, dude. I'm not questioning it, but that's the narrative they would have used against us, man. You got a better quarterback. We have a shit quarterback, okay? God, this guy, I hate him. I hate him, the football player. The man, I love him. He needs to go. I'm sick of this garbage. This coach needs to go. I'm sick of this garbage. You know, at this rate, I'd rather see McGee get the tossing and put Anthony Weaver in charge. See what we got in him before we go hire Mike Vrabel or Bill Belichick or somebody. Or maybe bring back Brian Flores.
That'll never happen.
This team is soft. This team has garbage. How can us fans call this garbage out and they still trot this garbage out? It's sickening.
Right. Real quick. All right. This is a guess. I'm gonna put the chat. I'm going to let the chat also answer as well. This team, I looked up their overall record, is 21-18. Who do you think has the most wins, the Dolphins or the Titans?
Titans.
Yeah, I'd say the Titans too. Hold on, is that overall with the Oilers or just as Titans?
Yeah, no, they're including Houston too. So,
no, they're not saying Miami if they're including Houston. Oh,
sorry, I didn't say it.
All right. Tony says Dolphins all time.
All time.
What do you say? Dolphins. You say, what do you say, Greg? Dolphins?
Titans.
Titans? Okay. Oilers?
Who?
That's the Titans original.
Yeah.
Nah, I was just kidding because I know they're.
So yeah, Dolphins are winning 21-18 record against the Titans. So the Dolphins have the all-time as the leaders. I'll tell you what, that's how good the Dolphins used to be back in the day. They have a lot. They have a lot of wins over certain teams. You know what I'm saying? They're starting. We've been sucking for the last 20 years, and now they're starting to catch up. You're on mute. Oh, never mind. He's on mute. Never mind.
Yeah, see, those were some good games we used to watch back in the 90s.
Yeah.
What's his name was the quarterback over there for the Oilers. But, him and Marino, we had Pete Stoyanovich. I remember one game, and I can't remember the game specifically. I want to say it might have been a Thanksgiving game. No, because it wouldn't have been a Thanksgiving, but it was around that time anyways. But I remember we were all at my grandfather's house watching the game, and Pete Stoyanovich had to kick a Warren Moon. Thank you, Michael K. Pete Stoyanovich had to kick a field goal to win the game at the end. That was a good game. But there was always good games. Back then, Michael K., there was everybody damn near had a good quarterback. It's a different game back then. But the Warren Moon was definitely one of the upper echelon quarterbacks, so it was always fun.
And back in the day, you weren't throwing up the middle. I could tell you that.
Nah, you were getting crushed. That's where the alligator arms came into play.
Speaking of Warren Moon, I really liked Warren Moon and Matt.
Yeah, that's right, Michael K. They had to be tough because they took hits.
I like this comment.
They do every year. Cosa Nostra. They win every year. They win the beginning of the season Super Bowl. Michael K is my guy though, so I hope that he gets to see. I ain't one of them guys. I hope he gets to see because they've had more heartbreak, way more than us. So it'd be nice, for a guy like him. Go ahead and let him get some type of win.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. The only person I'll be happy for is Sean from Red, White, and Bills.
You ain't gonna be happy for Michael K? I'll be happy for Michael K. Yeah. Michael K and Melanie. Them are only two people.
Oh, Melanie, yeah, I like Melanie, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I'll be happy for if they. But Michael K, I think, is a lot older than Melanie. He's been dealing with a lot of heartache.
I tell you what, she is a looker. I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I can imagine she'll probably be even 5 points. She'll probably be like 5 points hotter outside of the Buffalo uniform.
If she wasn't, until she puts it on, she looks like an animal. It just changes her whole personality and everything. That's my girl, though, my birthday twin.
Yeah, she's cool. I took a picture of her too.
You got it?
Yeah.
Post it up.
Give me a second. Before we leave, we about to leave. We got to leave because I know you got a long day ahead of you tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm leaving early in the morning.
But once again, man, listen, we appreciate everybody for showing up and showing the happy hour support. By the way, I give this out of 10. I give this a 6. No, 5.5.
That ain't bad. Greg, you what do you say? You got to read something for school after you get done over here?
Yeah, I got to read 2 chapters. That way I'm ahead in this class.
Okay. Yeah, make sure you handle that.
But I just have to answer the questions that are given.
Yeah. Reading comprehension.
Yeah.
Ain't bad.
Reading is fundamental.
He did 72, man. Warren Moon was really
he was great
all the time, man. I'm telling you, the Randall Cunninghams, the Warren Moons, the Dan Marinos, Joe Montana, Steve Young. Just from the 80s into the 90s was really a great time for quarterbacks, man. Everybody, really had a quarterback. I can't think of a team. Maybe Seattle. There might have been a couple of teams that didn't have a premier quarterback, but there was more, good quarterbacks than there was. It's not like there is now where you might have 2 or 3 really pure passer quarterbacks. It's just a different time for football, I guess. Yeah, but I'm going to sign off, Shake.
Hold on real quick. Just give me 1 second.
Okay,
I'm about
do
to
it.
sign off too, man. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. I promise you. It ain't take that much long.
Yeah, he really was, Michael K. He was great, man. I hate for guys like that never got to win. Obviously, Marino was the ultimate heartbreak because, man, he really was, and still, in my opinion, the greatest of all time. I mean, if we're judging by rings, then obviously not. A lot of people go off of that. But, sometimes it happens like that. People just they don't catch the break.
All right. So before we leave,
Zorn, Jim Zorn, was it Jim Zorn, Michael K? Oh wait, go ahead, Chick.
Yeah, before we leave, listen. At the end of the day, I know that night we lost the AFC division to Buffalo. 2 good things happened. I met OJ McDuffie and
My guy.
Steph Levitt. I met those guys, and I met this woman right here.
Birthday twin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the ugly Buffalo fan. With the best butt in the business, though.
Yeah. I tell you what, man. If I wasn't married, I'd be trying to move to your side of town. I tell you
got
that.
the best butt in the business. Oh, Mel. God bless her. But she's a Buffalo fan, so she automatically, listed under white trash. Color, man, good to see you, Color.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd come up soon, but hey, maybe next Thursday, man.
Yeah, I gotta.
But anyway, we're finna wrap this up, man. We appreciate what's good, CBA3. Thank you for coming. Better late than never. Make sure you hit the like button. And CB, I can't wait to see you cooking on the round table this week. And hey, Casa Nostra, also, much appreciated you, brother, for always showing love, even in the blender. Appreciate Scott Jackson in the building. So with that being said, man, listen. We out this bitch, and Lucci, I will see you this Tuesday, man. Tuesday. Hopefully it's a victory Tuesday and not therapy Tuesday. So
yeah, we'll be doing
either
that.
way,
We'll be there Tuesday
therapy
for sure.
or victory. Greg will
either
be
way, I got the
happy.
liquor.
And if there's anybody here that's Hurricane fans that's going to the game tomorrow, catch me on East 12. I'll be there. Orange Parking Pass, East 12. Get on there. We'll have a good time and have a couple of drinks.
Oh yeah.
Quarterback tomorrow.
So good night, guys.
Okay, Greg, keep up the good work at school, my dude. Shake, I'll keep in touch. I'll send you some pictures tomorrow.
All right, man.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.